Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a rare treat. You're looking at the 2019 titanium 10-piece limited edition Bethune DB21 Maxichrono Reedition. The original DB21 Maxichrono did not look like this. It did have the same dial and a similar movement, but it was released in the shingle-like early DB20 series case back in 2006. That prototype with the shingle-like case looked a lot like the DB20, 22, and 24, albeit with this dial. Now, it never made production, so in 2019, which was 5 years after the arrival of the Maxichrono in earnest in series production with the DB29 and the DB28 Maxichrono of 2014, Bethune decided to revisit the original Maxichrono, preserving the style of the dial and the mechanism, but housed in the now iconic form of the floating lug DB28 series. So this watch right here is unusual. And it's a colorful watch with differential titanium coloration on the floating lugs and the case, as well as several sectors of color, texture, tone, and plane on the dial. 44.4 millimeters in diameter. It's only 12.4 millimeters thick, so it's thinner than you think. And these are short lugs. So at full extension, they're 51 millimeters across, and a fully compressed 47.7 across. This is a 2006 patent, the floating lug system, variable geometry. There is a 26 millimeter spacing between the lugs, and this is the opposite of a bullhead. It's a waist gunner, so the crown sits down at 6 o'clock. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and the short lugs on this watch really transform it. Very different from how I've previously encountered it. It's a much better fit for my 16 centimeter wrist, and while I would not have considered the original 58 lug-to-lug large lug model to have been appropriate for my wrist, this actually fits. So the small lugs, or the short lugs as these are called, will work on a wrist of 16 centimeters circumference and larger and look and fit great. And it's sheer and cylindrical, but it's thinner than you think. It's only about as thick as a Daytona, and so it will slide underneath the cuff. We'll do a quick weigh in. I guess we're gonna check mass because it's in grams. That's not quite the same thing as weight. And there you go. Subtract the tag, and that is 79.78 grams. So well under 3 ounces. Strap is Bethune. You can see it is textile and blue on the top, sort of a cobalt blue. It's got a little bowstring or stuffing to give it volume, monotone stitch, folded edge, black calfskin on the bottom, and then a gusset sewn into the top to avoid gouging. At Bethune, often the buckles match the design of the watch, and here not only does the buckle match the design of the lugs, but you can see that the matte finish, combination of satin and blast, gives this buckle the same aesthetic as the lugs. And you can see it is Bethune branded. Bethune making its own cases, dials, and movements. It is a vertically integrated manufacturer. Impressive for a company that only makes around 400 per year. You can see that the lugs pivot in the center, and they are spring-loaded, so they return to their extension if you don't put them under compression. These little bullet tips on the end of the lugs are the last styling vestige of the first DB21 Chronograph, the company's first product back in 2002, and they've featured on most, but not all, Bethune watches over the years. You can see Bethune's unique combination of drilling and knurling on the crown, and we have a coaxial mono pusher for the chronograph. We have a satin brushed bezel. You can see the case itself features polish with a little bit of a cantilever of the bezel over the mid case. Grade 5 titanium in all cases for the lugs and the case. We have these little proprietary bolts or screws in the bezel, and you can see not only are they proprietary, but they are all oriented inward. And one of the ideas here is to prevent unqualified watchmakers from attempting to open the watch. 30 meters water resistance, so splash while washing your hands or rain exposure only, don't submerge it. The dial features microlight, which is a type of reductive lathe guilloche on the center. It doesn't look like traditional guilloche because Denis Flageolet, the creative watchmaking founder of the company, who's still in charge today, decided that a Breguet-style rosette or clou de Paris would not look right on this watch, and I think he was correct. You can see that the screws are used again, and they're probably bolts so that they can be oriented this way. They are blued now. All of the blued titanium titanium you see is fired to achieve that bluing. Primary hands are polished, so you have your minutes and you have your hours, then you have coaxial hands, hence Maxichrono. 5 coaxial hands, 3 for the chronograph. Chronograph seconds, chronograph minutes, by the way, in a 60-minute format, and then underneath chronograph hours in a 24-hour format. You can see we have sectors outboard and scales that can be used for reading the hours, minutes, seconds, and chronograph fractions of seconds. We have silver, we have blue, we have red, we have black, and we have several different finishes on the metals featured. You can see that the screws, the blued screws, sit inside a media blast hour track, and that all of this is sunken at a center dial that's lower than the peripheral dial. Now, if I wish to stop it, I can do so. 3 column wheels operate the 3 separate clutches, a vertical clutch for the seconds, an oscillating pinion for the minutes, and a conventional lateral clutch for the hours, the system that is most appropriate and most secure for each. So, reset. By the way, the synchronization of the clutches and the column wheels is by itself a masterstroke. Operate, and the feel of 3 synchronized column wheels gives you a crisp tactile response like no other chronograph on the market. Turning it all over, you can see the movement, which is 30 millimeters in diameter and is quite large to fill this case back. Twin barrels, power reserve of 5 days, 4 hertz beat rate. This movement here with the triple clutches and triple column wheels, featuring de Bethune's patented self-adjusting barrels, so about 90 turns to fully wound it, and you cannot accidentally overwind them. And then we've got a proprietary patented balance wheel, is blued titanium with white gold masses, designed to reduce the impact of both temperature shifts and aerodynamic drag, while maximizing the percentage of the total mass in the balance. It is one of at least 10 balance wheels patented by Denis Flageolet. You can see the company's proprietary silicon escape wheel design, which reduces friction as well as the need for lubrication and mass in the drivetrain. We have a hairspring curve that is patented. It starts out as a flat hairspring. The terminal coil is then cut off, shaped by hand, and then micro-clamped back onto the inner coils to breathe concentrically like an overcoil while remaining thin like a flat hairspring and shock resistant like a flat hairspring. There are a lot of patents protecting this watch. It's also beautifully decorated. You can see the substructures are all brushed satin. The upper bridges are mirror polished, beveled, and skeletonized, and you can see the bevels are quite broad in these instances. Screw heads are polished. You can see gilding for the edges of the full balance bridge, and it is braced on each side, so it is a full balance bridge for better shock stability. Taking a look at the bridge itself, you can see that its center surrounding the balance features mirror polishing and rounded beveling. And if you look, you can actually see sharp interior angles where those arms meet the center jewel setting on each side, 1, 2, 1, 2, and that those interior angles are beautifully executed and quite small, difficult to do. Screw heads are all mirror finished with chamfered slots and circumference, and you can see a lot of the underlying mechanism. It's a deeply impressive movement with 426 parts and 51 jewels. Although it is not a grand complication by the traditional measure of having a chronograph, minute repeater, and perpetual calendar, in terms of parts count, it is not far removed. And the Maxichrono system is extremely ambitious. Also, I should mention it's not 4 hertz, it's actually 5 hertz. So I mentioned 4 hertz before. It's actually 36,000 vibrations per hour. So just like a Zenith El Primero, it can register tenths of a second. And so this watch is absolutely stacked and packed with features. Lots of things to take in. Just keep in mind the number of engineering innovations that went into this caliber 2030, immense. The aesthetics of the case, the floating lugs, the fabrication of every part, dial, movement, case, lugs, even the balance wheel itself speaks to the integrity that de Bethune has. And so when you're buying a de Bethune, you're not buying an assembly of parts ordered from suppliers. It's not a Richard Mille. It is a product that is made by a company that believes controlling the whole process is the ultimate means of quality control. So reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.